You know, in the 1970s and 80s, this was a top 40 Swedish national player in the Premier Leagues and on the international level. Although he eventually made the NHL, actually was drafted twice, 8 years apart because of NHL regulations with Europeans. He didn't put up big stats in the NHL, but you can't just base his career on major pro in Canada, because in Sweden he was a legend. Now, Bo Berglund remains probably one of the most beloved Swedish hockey players of his generation, and we're going to talk about the two times he was drafted. He was high in Boston's radar at the first, and I tell you why. He was going towards a very strong career on the junior and senior level with Nordique of the Swedish Junior and Swedish Elite League. He had 2 seasons with the Orns, 40 games, 21 goals, 42 points. Now, prior to being drafted, he was 4th at the unofficial World Juniors in '74 and won a bronze at the '75 unofficial tournament that year. He was a Swedish playoffs penalty minutes leader in '75, wasn't scared to take a penalty, ladies and gentlemen. He also played in the first World Junior Championships in Leningrad and the second one in Winnipeg and Brandon. Now, both were unofficial tournaments that helped set the stage for the first official World Juniors in 1977. Now, how he ended up being drafted twice is quite interesting, and please bear with me for a second. Boston didn't sign him, and his rights ran out. From 1974 to 1983, with Ornsköldsvik and Stockholm, he scored bunches of goals, ladies and gentlemen. 6, 15, 16, 17, 7, 23, 20, 13, 16, and 19 in less than 36 or less games. Now, he won bronze medal before being drafted second time at the '80 Olympics in Lake Placid. He won the Swedish Championships in '83 with Stockholm. Again, he played for Stockholm Djurgården team that competed in Sweden's 1980-81 DN Cup tournaments against NHL teams. Now, he finally debuted with all teams with Quebec, because Quebec had drafted him in that '83 selection, 236nd overall. Because how did it work back then? Players that were either drafted or unsigned from European teams had to re-enter the draft via the draft. Now, he became the second player in history to re-enter the draft and drafted for a second time after having been taken 8 years earlier by Boston. At age 28, he was draft eligible because his original rights had expired in 1980, and the NHL had ruled that all Europeans, regardless of age, had to enter the league through the draft rather than as unrestricted free agent. His first game with the Nordiques was a sensation. He got a goal and assist against the Oilers on October 4th, '83. Now, although he played only a couple of seasons in NHL, he put up some okay numbers. Quebec, Minnesota, and Philadelphia. 130 games, 28 goals, 39 assists for 67 points, and with 40 minutes in penalties. Now, he played in 2 playoffs, 84 and 85 with Quebec and Minnesota, scoring 2 goals. Now, a very interesting path from the Swedish Elite to the NHL. I'm going to tell you very, very quickly. His first season with Quebec, his rookie campaign was just tremendous. He had 43 points in 75 games, scoring 16 goals, and had 2 goals in 7 playoff games for Quebec. Now, in '85, he found himself out of Quebec, being traded to the Minnesota North Stars for the Brad Maxwell deal. He played 33 games with Minnesota in '85 with 6 goals. '86. He found himself out of Minnesota with the Flyers. He had played with Hershey for the majority of the season with 45 points in 43 games. Now, after the '86 campaign, he eventually found himself back in Sweden with AIK, where he put up better numbers in his first season back than he ever did before, scoring 27 goals in 39 games. Now, he was very active in retirement, ladies and gentlemen. He became, of all people, a scout and also a color commentator besides. Now, when he was named Buffalo's amateur scout, it was mostly to cover Sweden and Finland prior to the 99 season and remained in that position through, again, 2007. Now, Bo's playing style was your typical mid-size Swede, 5'10", 175, wasn't scared to go in the corners, wasn't scared to, rough it up every once in a while. Now, he was also awarded the Golden Puck, Sweden's best player in 1988. Now, in recent years, he's more well known as an ice hockey commentator for Sweden's popular TV4 network. Now, he eventually retired from the Sweden leagues in 1990, even though he was doing some scouting before his retirement. So final SEL totals: 364 points in 348 games, 172 goals, and an outstanding 23 playoff points in 24 games, including 13 goals. Now, on an international level, he played at the European Juniors, the World Juniors, the Olympic twice, of course, winning bronze as well in Calgary in '88, and at the World Championships in Sweden for Sweden in '89 four big goals. Now, Bo. I think Bo's main problem with Quebec and the other locations, it was a numbers game. But Bo in the Swedish league, he wasn't scared to take a penalty. He was, he was quite aggressive, but he was meant to play. But 84 Nordique's team was a very unique fit for him because they had a lot of third and fourth line problems, and he solved that as well. But I don't really understand why he wasn't given more of a chance with the Nordiques. But what was funny, when he picked up Brad Maxwell for Bo, that was a trade that almost got him to the Stanley Cup final, because their Minnesota players he picked up played a huge part in that championship or near championship run. So again, quite a career in hockey, and one thing I like about Bo, he was always smiling. Because no matter what he was doing on the ice and what was occurring, he was always giving 110%. So that's the story of the great and the very underrated still, Bo Berglund. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a fan of Swedish hockey, check out our Swedish Athlete podcast here. We enjoy our European followers of the channel. If you have any requests, please pass them on. And again, like, comment, subscribe is always very, very much appreciated. Thanks for listening. Bye.